Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is very different to anything I've ever done on my channel. Well, I haven't done much on my channel, but this is a bit different. So today I'll be reviewing one of my favourite games at the moment, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now this game was completely flipped on its head. This game came out a catastrophe in 2017. It was horrific, let's just say that. Everything didn't work, the whole system was broken. It was a bit like Fortnite. They sort of just tried to put as much money in the game as they could. But around mid-2019, this game did the impossible and they made a comeback. They fixed up the lightsaber mechanics. They stopped all that pay to win, not pay to win, but the paying stuff, and they added new characters like Anakin and Obi-Wan, Count Dooku. Well, basically the prequels. Instead of sticking with your Battlefield 1 players and your also sequel one with Rey and stuff. And so, if I could just say in this video, I love it. Just imagine that. But starting off, we will have this video. I'll put down in a comment of where it will be sectioned into, graphics and all that stuff. So if you guys want to find only one part out about the game, just go down in the comment and have a look at what time which is which. Now we're going to start with the graphics, and my personal opinion is the graphics on this game are amazing. Definitely not up to the level of games like FIFA 20 and that sort of stuff, but the graphics are amazing. It looks just like them, and some of the maps look astounding. Maps like Kashyyyk and stuff, they look just like they do in the movies or the TV show or something. And they really pulled off, they fixed up the faces completely. The graphics and the characters looked terrible, and they fixed it all up, and now it looks amazing. So personally, I would give the graphics 9.5, if not a 10. They're really good graphics, in my opinion, and it's a really good shooter or whatever. Now next of all, we're going to go with the community's opinion. Now, the Battlefront 2 community is slowly growing, but because of how it started off, a lot of people don't believe how it's done the impossible. So it's not a major like some other games like Fortnite or something, even though that's going down in a hole, but it is actually rated a 4.5 out of 5 stars. What's pretty good, seeing I think it sat on a low 2 for a very, very long time. Now, something the community loves about this game is it's balanced, unlike Fortnite.
Fortnite's kinda dying. It was always fine until we started trying. Fortnite's kinda.
This game is balanced. It's about how much you play. It's got skill cards. It's very balanced. Where Fortnite, it's not that balanced, and they're trying to fix it with weapons. But my personal opinion is I don't think the weapons are doing anything. That's just my opinion. But coming on the community as well, we've got skill. Now this game takes a bit of skill, but it's not hard to get good at. If you play enough and put a lot of time in, what's really easy at the moment with social isolating and COVID-19 going around, or Corona cough cough, it's really easy to play more, and so it's very balanced, like I said, and the skill comes quite easily, and if you play more, you get more cards, the more advantages, and the more of that stuff, the better you get. And it's not like Fortnite where it's going to take you forever to get good at it. I've probably been playing this game for a bit over 6 months now, and I'm nowhere near the best, but it's I don't come last every game. It's very well on skill ways. And another thing that falls under community and skill is classes. You have got variety. You've got different heroes with different like powers. So I know a lot of people love like Obi-Wan and Rey and stuff because they've got the mind tricks. Some people love Luke and Anakin and stuff because they've got the force push and pull. And so you've got the variety to find what you like, and you've got your shooters. But a lot of variety that comes from this is actually your 4 main classes. You've got your assault, your heavy, your specialist, and your, what's it called? Officer, yeah. And so it's very well done there, because you can try out all the different classes because they're so different. Yet again, they've got different special abilities, but also they've got different weapons. And you've got different ways, like the assault is like your basic semi-automatic sort of thing rifle that will shoot mid-range fast, and then you've got your heavy, what's my class. I personally love the heavy, where you can just spray, and you can get, it would take maybe a bit longer, but you can spray, and it has got that thing where it takes a while to start up, but you have extra health in the heavy, so that doesn't matter too much. And your heavy's got your shield, your sentry, and so they're the things that only the heavy has. And then you go to like officer, and they're the ones that deal higher damage, and they're more of a team working thing because it's like their battle command, what gives health to the whole entire team. And their pistols are actually very overpowered. And then you go into the specialist, probably my least favourite class. Mainly because I don't play a lot of Galactic Assault. I'm a co-op and Heroes vs Villains player. Don't hate on me for that. I'm starting to play Galactic Assault. But if you get in a close range, you're pretty much stuffed. Because if you don't have a high sense, having high sense in Battlefront 2 is quite hard. You can't get around to move. Specialist is more for sort of staying away. Like if you were a gun hero in Heroes vs Villains, you try to stay away too much, unless you're like Han Solo, who has like his shoulder barge and stuff. And next of all, I'm going to go to maps and modes. Now, don't really know about maps, but I just wanted to put it out there. The maps are amazing. Different heroes have shine brighter in other maps than others, but maps like Naboo and maps like Kashyyyk and the Death Star, it looks so much like they did in the movies. And some people might not recognise it, but you have to get to those final stages if it is normally where the movie was set. That's really all I've got to say about that. But moving on to modes. Modes are it's very well done in Battlefront 2. There's so much you can pick from that makes it, you don't get bored, because you can just do whatever. If you really like a lightsaber combat like me, you can play Heroes vs Villains or Heroes Showdown, and they're okay loading in. A lot of people play Galactic Assault or Capital Supremacy, and they're good modes for the players that are quite better. I know I struggle with those modes, but co-op is a really good option for those people who want to play things like Galactic Assault or Capital Supremacy, but they struggle because they might not be as good as the others. So I personally use co-op a lot, and if you're grinding for characters, I recommend co-op because it's easier, and personally I really like it. It's fun. But there is a problem with the modes, and that is loading times. If you play modes like Ewok Hunt, which is really fun, I've only played that once though, or Blast, or Hero Starfighter, or those modes that are fun, it takes so long to load into them because there might not be as many people playing them as they will be Capital Supremacy, Galactic Assault, Heroes vs Villains. They're the 3 modes most people play. So all the other modes that are fun, they take forever to load into. Now, one thing with modes is split screen problem, what's arcade. I really like how they've done, you can duel people and all of that, and how you can verse AI, but personally I think they should expand on the split screen. This is one problem I really dislike, seeing I have a twin brother who's the same age as me. We like to play together sometimes. So personally, I'd like to be able to play co-op or Heroes vs Villains with split screen instead of just sticking to those arcade modes, or personally me and my brother get bored of after 5 minutes or so. So I would really like for them to expand on the split screen. So that's I'm not going to say major problem, but a problem I find quite irritating. Now next I'm going to go into mechanics. That's like shooting mechanics and lightsaber mechanics. Now starting off with shooting, this game, if you come from different types of games, it's not that hard. because you can go first person shooter for those people coming from COD or all of those sort of games, or Apex or something, all of those players that came from Fortnite or something, or Minecraft or something like that. You've got, I don't know what type of view it is, but you can have that as well. I personally use not first person, is it? I think it's third person. No, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I personally use the other one because I've come from Fortnite to Battlefront, and I've played games like Minecraft, Roblox, and I do play COD, but not as often as I play those other games. So I use that, but I think that's really good for those players that aren't sure, but they can switch between it to see if they like first-person shooters, or if they like first-person shooters, you can play this. If you like third-person shooters, you can play this. They're games that you can do, even no matter what sort of style you came from, even if you've come from like Plants vs Zombies or those sort of games. Yeah. And moving on to the lightsaber mechanics, this is one of the major problems when the game first started off. Lightsaber was really whoever could press the button fastest in the most amount of time in a row, or whoever could spam fastest. It was really glitchy and not good. But in the time for Star Wars started to come back in 2019, halfway through, they added a new lightsaber mechanics. And so now it's really, you have to be tactical, mixing your blocking with your attacking and your force, using your force abilities or your bombs or something like that. It's become quite tactical, where like you have to now sort of parry, where you block and then while they're striking you have to find the gaps and you have to swing on them. Or if you need to find the gaps to use your force ability. It's really quite tactical now, and I like that because it makes the game, or one, a bit harder, but b, more funner, because otherwise it was sort of just a spam fest, and it was easier to use your normal classes than it would have to use a hero or a villain or something. Now, under this, I know this has nothing to do with mechanics, but I personally think if I get the Republic or the light side or something, I think I'm going to win, because their heroes are so much better than the dark side, or Empire, or whatever you call it. Because really, the only really good ones for shooter modes is Darth Vader on their side. Or in Heroes vs Villains, they have quite a good range, like Darth Maul and stuff. But if a lot of those people that play shooters, they'll probably pick a reinforcement over a hero. I especially know that I choose, on the Separatist mode, I choose reinforcements over them, even though Darth Maul is one of my favourite heroes in the game. I personally think he's horrible for shooter modes. That's just my opinion. Now, moving on to other things over mechanics is control. You have really good control over this game. It's not like Fortnite where it can put you to the other side of the map, or sometimes if you had bad dead zones it would just move you when you were AFK. And it's quite good with the AFK thing actually, because it'll take you out of the game, so your team actually is fair. It's not so good for the person that was AFK, but it's fairer on your team. But I really like how much control you have over the game. And quickly, smoothness. Smoothness is honestly, this game is so smooth. It's not very often I get lag, but when I do get lag it is quite bad. But the game runs very smoothly. Everything's pretty clear, it tells you everything. And moving on to the conclusion, really, all in all, I recommend buying this game. I personally love this game. It's my favourite game at the moment. I've been grinding on it for quarantine or isolation. But yeah, I love this game and I would recommend you guys buying it. So that's my conclusion for Battlefront 2, my review. So I hope you guys enjoy it and I'll see you in the next one.